Now, I'm going to take very simple ingredients. Potatoes. I'm using these red potatoes here. And we're going to quarter these for our Mediterranean style vegetable salad. Then I'm going to also use some artichokes. I'm going to show you, a lot of people don't realize, sometimes these artichokes, I just stem them and clean them up a little bit, and then I just put them in some seasoned water. Most of the time I use crab oil. Boil them until they're tender, and boy, I just eat them whole like that. Just take the leaves and eat them down till you get to the magic treat of the heart. And then I'm going to just sort of do some of this onion, quarter, thirds, whatever you like. Then, let me show you about this artichoke. If you want to clean them, as I have here, and then half them, here's how you do that. You can use a paring knife. This is the classical way of tornadoing them. You cut the bottom off. You have that. Then what you can do with a paring knife is just go around the edges like such until you start seeing where the artichoke starts changing. You see that right there? It's getting tender now. Cut the tops off, and then you have the tornado artichokes. Then what I generally just then do is cut them in half. Now, you don't have to do that, but simply what we're going to do, you can see that I've got them sitting in water with lemon. It's acid. Lemon is the acid, natural acid. You want to do that to keep them from discoloring. When you're ready like this, we're going to take them. We're going to put a little bit of lemon juice on them for flavor. I thought we would use just a tiny bit of garlic. A little bit more. Oh, yeah, babe. See, you use enough garlic like that, you never have to worry about riding the subway. It's just like you in one car alone, and everybody else is. It's a good thing. Now we're going to toss this with some good olive oil, salt and pepper, and we're going to roast this until they get nice and tender. Okay? When they get nice and tender, anywhere from about an hour to an hour and a half, then we're going to add some small little sweet cherry tomatoes to that. It's that Mediterranean smells that happens when the vegetables are roasted, folks. Like I said, about an hour and a half. Look, if you're unsure about times like that, it's very simple. What you can do, what I tell people to do is just use a fork. If it's fork tender, see? Fork tender, they're done. Now, watch how I'm going to finish this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little spatula. And as the moisture evaporates, you might get a little, it being sticky like this, you see? So I'm just moving them around. And then to finish this dish, right at the end, what I do is I'll add a little bit. This is when you want to use good olive oil, like extra virgin. We're going to add a little, drizzle a little extra virgin. I think we'll add a little bit more garlic, too. What do you think? People ask me, Emeril, when do you know you've had enough garlic? I don't know. I haven't been there yet. So whatever kind of tomatoes, see, I'm using these little baby ones like this. We just want to warm them because I'm going to add a little bit of fresh parsley in here as well, okay? And now we're just going to go right back to the oven, okay, just for just a couple of minutes. You don't want the tomatoes to overcook and pop, and that's why I didn't use cut tomatoes. So I really didn't want the juice in there. I just want the texture and the flavor. Just a couple of minutes. While we're doing that, I've got some black Kalamata olives. Took the seeds out, chopped them up, a little bit of capers, okay? Here's some of this fresh lavender, which I'm going to use for garnish. And then, of course, When that comes out, I'm going to sprinkle it with, it's sort of like the French essence. It's called Herbes de Provence. Okay? Wonderful, wonderful. There's some lavender in it. There's some thyme, a little bit of rosemary in this one. So now what we're going to do is just get ready to serve this incredible Mediterranean salad. Watch what we're going to do. I'm just going to put some of that fresh lavender. And then what we'll do, just while they're slightly warm, we're going to add the olives and the capers to that. The Herbes de Provence. And then, pretty much after that, doesn't that smell great? So now, I'll show you one more little trick that I like to do. You've got the delicious potatoes. Talk about a great thing to take outside under the stars. It's simple because the only thing basically this thing doesn't have is flies. No, when you really look at it, you know, it's... So, there you have it. My version of a simple Mediterranean salad, a little bit of green onion or scallion,